Hi, and welcome to House Blend on SCV TV. I'm Stephen K. Peoples, your House Blend host, and thanks for dropping in. Now, for the next half hour, we're honored to have with us a couple of regular guys who also happen to be American folk rock and country rock pioneers, as members of bands like the Byrds, Flying Burrito Brothers, the Dillards, Desert Rose, solo performers, and most recently as a bluegrass duo. Their latest album, Live at Edwards Barn, brings all that tasty stuff together. Chris Hillman, Herb Peterson, thanks for joining us
Thank you, Stephen.
in the studio.
Hey, Stephen.
It's really nice to have you
Thanks
with us.
Thanks for having us on.
Now, you guys have been partners for almost 50 years, and the story about how you guys first met is pretty funny. The Ice House, and you're up from San Diego with your group, which had a great name. I'll let you drop that. And you were down with your group from Berkeley.
Yes.
So you guys met, and that started the whole thing. So tell me the story. Herb, take it away.
Herb, go ahead. Well, Bob Stain, who ran the Ice House for many, many years, and it was really a folk place, folk music, and not just a comedy place. And he had a bluegrass festival one weekend. And all the bands that were in town at that time were invited to perform, and even a young Tony Rice with his little brothers, and it was great. And Chris was in a group, and I was in my band, the Pine Valley Boys, and that's where we met at the Ice House in Pasadena.
Now, the name of your group was
Scottsville Squirrel Barkers.
Yeah.
Okay, and we were both at the same age, 18. And Herb and I just hit it off, being the same age and having grown up at the same time. Very small musical scene then, as far as bluegrass, maybe 4 or 5 bands. But the overall musical scene, it was all folk music. This is pre-Beatles, 1963.
Right.
And it was very small.
Small family.
It was.
Yeah.
It was very, and it was really interesting times,
Well, now, in terms of popular music and modern American music, it all is kind of rooted in gospel, and I wanted to ask you about that. You had discussed that in your Library of Congress talk, and I thought that was really interesting. So,
well, I think, and I feel that most all contemporary music, or shall we say, all the forms of music, and I mean jazz, country, rock and roll, to some degree folk, it all comes out of the church, be it white church or the black church, and that the music was as a form of worship, and basically that's where it all comes from.
Right.
I think we draw upon that all the time in what we do, and certainly in songs we've written and things we've experienced.
Well, the first song you're going to be performing for us is actually a gospel folk rock kind of classic.
Yeah, it is.
With so tell us a little bit about Turn, Turn, Turn.
Well, here was this beautiful scripture that King Solomon wrote in Ecclesiastes 3, I believe, and to every season. And he's writing out this stuff, and it's very black and white. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap. And there was no gray area in there. It was very black and white. But the beauty of it was, here's Pete Seeger in the late 50s, and he had these lyrics, as I'll say lyrics now, but it was really scriptural from the Old Testament, in his pocket. And I think he was getting pressured to come up with another hit for the Weavers. Or maybe he was on his own. But he put together the music for Turn, Turn, Turn. And he wrapped it all around this chorus, to everything there is a season, turn, turn, turn. So everything being life in cyclical ways. That you're born, you die. You plant, you reap, this and that. And it's such a beautiful thing. So Roger McGuinn in the Byrds had recorded Judy Collins doing that song. Pete had already recorded it prior to that,
Right.
Late 50s, early 60s. Judy Collins recorded it, and Roger produced that album. And he brought that song to the band. And I remember him showing it to me on a tour we were on in 65, late 65. And he said, "What do you think?" I said, "I think it's a great tune." And he arranged it. He was very seasoned guy, and I've always said this, he was a little ahead of all of us because he really had more experience.
Right.
But what a beautiful song. I've sang that song at weddings and at funerals. Roger sang it at my wedding, which is really great. Very special.
Must have been a moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming down and marrying my beautiful wife, Connie, 32 years ago, but Roger's sitting there with a guitar singing Turn, Turn, Turn.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, so it's such a wonderful song.
Well, let's fast forward to right now, and let's hear Chris and Herb, bluegrass version of Turn, Turn, Turn.
Everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything, turn, turn, there is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, and a time to mourn. A time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love and a time of hate. A time of war and a time of peace. A time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. A time to gain and a time to lose. A time to rend and a time to soar. A time of love and a time of hate. A time for peace, I swear it's not too late.
Chris Hillman and Herb Peterson on House Blend with an unplugged version of Turn, Turn, Turn. It's featured on the duo's Live at Edwards Barnes CD. And of course, it originally appeared on the Byrds' Turn, Turn, Turn LP.
Wow.